D minor 6, so my love. Hey folks, good to see you all again. Welcome back to my channel. Tony Winston here, having a bad hair day. So today I'm going to do the song Moondance by Morrison. That's the song we're going to cover today. I'm going out of this book right here. It's the Standards Real book. And of course it's wrong, but I'll be happy to share some of the mistakes with you. If you're doing a left-hand bass and you want to do a bass line. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, wow, how nice. Let's see what it is. Hello? When you get ready to turn 65, you're going to get so many things in the mail and phone calls about Medicare. Well, I thought I'd redo a few parts of this video to make it flow a little better. Let's start off with the bass line. The first verse is nothing but A minor, B minor. And really, I mean, on the record, I just hear A minor and B minor, not even sevenths in there. There might be sevenths in there from time to time, but you can just play A minor and B minor. If you want to put the seventh in, it doesn't exactly sound right, though, to do it that way, especially if you're used to the original. So you might put the seventh down here, or maybe just on the B minor. Something like that. And, you know, because it stays on the same two chords for the entire verse, the bass player can get a lot more adventurous. You you don't have to, but you can, you know, start like this. You know, kind of take it around, just stay basically in that scale. And of course you can put a few passing tones in, of course. Soloing over this part, on the record you hear some blues scale, you hear some kind of pianistic ideas. I think there's something like one of these octave type of things. Something is like that in there. We could listen to the recording in a minute and check it out. Also, you know, the, what is it, Dorian mode, that's the G major scale. With just that one sharp is going to work equally well over both chords. And also, the song and the melody's got that kind of little thing. So I noticed the piano player incorporated that a little bit into the solo. So that's something, you know, you can do in solos, is play sixths or thirds, and, you know, find ways to use those things. Okay, now let's get to the bridge. And on that last A minor there, they always do this little thing with fourths on the flute, I believe. And the E7 is not in the original recording. And a lot of times it goes from D minor 7 to D minor 6, like that. And maybe that's what they were hearing and thought it was E7. Of course, the E7 sounds fine. I think a lot of times, you know, that's a D minor 6 as well, those Quarternote triplets. And I'd like to show you a good way to work on Quarternote triplets, especially when they come, you know, in a pulse of 2. You're feeling 1, 2, 3, 4, or pulse of 4 maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, and how to put Quarternote triplets over that. Since this is kind of a swing tune, this is a good chance to explain this. What you want to do to get Quarternote triplets this is kind of a method of getting there. This is, you can't do this in the song, obviously, but when you're practicing, you can try a technique like this. Do what a drummer does on a cymbal. Bum, 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 like that. You see? Bum, 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 bum. And then put an extra hit on the cymbal in there. Bum, 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 bum. And then of the bum, bum, bums, leave out the middle one. Bum, 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 and actually hit it with your other hand. Bum, 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 bum. And then you have quarter note triplets. See? Bum, 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 bum. And now we get to the C section. Oh, I should say letter C. Nicer way of putting it. And this is where the chart is just plain wrong. When Van is up there singing on that high A, can I just have one more? And that's why a lot of guys will do this song in a lower key like G minor. It doesn't go A minor to D like this chart says. It's A minor to D minor. You can plainly hear that on the recording. Yeah. Yeah, you clearly hear the chords going from A minor to D minor there, not D major. And the little flute line. So right there, that's kind of indicating more like a D minor 6 there. But it is definitely D minor. I don't hear the sharp 9, and I don't hear the sharp 5. So right there at the end of letter C. And then the last verse, which is kind of a little bit more of an ad-lib vocal thing. And then usually the singer will give a cue to go into the end, which is more quarter note triplets. All right. And of course you can put that E7 in there at the end. My love. So feeling those quarter note triplets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bum 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 ba di da 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 di da 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 di da. And I will say that most people just kind of get a general feel for exactly how fast a quarter note triplet is going to go compared to the pulse they're coming from. It's about 33% faster than the regular quarter notes. And if you practice with the metronome, you can get a sense of how to do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, bum 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 bum. Right. All right. So let's go through a little bit of improv here. One thing I've noticed, and I've been working in the studio, my own studio, and also a friend's studio quite a bit lately, is that when the piano takes a solo, especially in like a country song or really a lot of songs, especially if there's a guitar player in the band, usually it's just a right hand thing. The left hand is doing absolutely nothing. So if you're playing those country riffs, leave the left hand out. On this song, too, I don't hear the left hand of the piano. I just hear kind of the right hand because the guitar is playing those chords. But if you're playing with a guitar player who's playing along on those chords, there's no need to play left hand. Just play the right hand. I was at a big band rehearsal, just filling in for somebody, and they had 2 guitar players, and they're both, there's a horn player taking a solo, and they're both like reading the chords off the charts and playing chords. One guy was playing them on the quarter notes. The other guy was kind of doing that. And then, what am I supposed to do? Comp two? 3 people comping for one solo? I just sat there most of the night, to tell you the truth, and let those 2 guitar players fight it out. But, one of the best things a piano player can do, if you're in a jazz band and somebody's taking a solo and there's a guitar player who's comping on the chords, is just to not play. And you might, if you're on good terms with a guitar player, you might ask the guitar player to let you comp for a chorus or 2, because both of you comping at the same time, it just rarely works. It only works if one person is like just putting in like little octave lines, something like that, or like holding down chords with a pad or something like that, or the guitar player is just putting in little riffs or something every now and then. But both people trying to play the chord progression, All right, so let's see if we can pull together a little solo here. I'll just use little clusters right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's listen to that little thing he does in the solo. Starts off with kind of an ascending little line. And then gets into some blues. All right. Then it goes up that. Kind of hits that B up there. Let's see what else goes on. That was that kind of thing there with a little blues thing at the end. Now there's some Quarternote triplets. Something like that. Yeah. And that's on the Dorian mode there. All right, there's the sax solo. We don't care about that. Of course, that's on D minor, so you can kind of stay in the same scale. But you want to avoid the F sharp, so I guess we're going to stick to the white keys for the B section. And you got D minor 6, so you could do kind of a minor melodic ascending there and do an altered here. Stuff along those lines. And then you've got the A minor to D, and it's not D, it's A minor to D minor. But very similar chords to the B section there. Just kind of different, different rhythm to them. Well, I guess I'm going to put this one to bed. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of my new subscribers. Thanks for giving me lots of these. Comments are always welcome. I love it when you leave a good comment, and they really do help me make better videos. A fellow just the other day said, they're just too jerky and going from one thing to another, and my voice isn't loud enough and stuff like that. And that, he's right about all those things. So I'll try to improve upon that in the future. And just let me know, things that I can help you with, whether it's comping or chord voicings or soloing or picking certain things off of recordings. Anything I can help you with, I'd be certainly happy to do that. All right, so have a beautiful day, and I'll see you on the next one.